What do depression pills cure? What's the advantage of it? What's the most recent depression pill? What are they called? Reuptake inhibitor, serotonin reuptake inhibitor.
Yeah, you're talking about a specific name?
Well, no, I'm talking about what they do. They uptake serotonin. Here's what they learned. We learned that if we could produce serotonin in people, they'll feel better. So how do we get to produce serotonin? One of the ways of producing serotonin for women is to talk. When women talk, they produce serotonin. So now the object is talking, doesn't matter what the subject is. The act of talking for 22 minutes or so releases serotonin. That's all it is. So what do you do with that? You go to a nail salon and you talk to somebody who doesn't even understand English for 22 minutes, and you walk out thinking you got wonderful nails, but what you really got was serotonin. So serotonin is one of the things that we keep looking for, and we do that through mundane conversation. But the trouble with the serotonin release is it doesn't change anything. You get reinforced for talking about silly things. So talking about the woman on the subway reinforces you if the other person says, isn't it disgusting nowadays how people da ba ba ba, and you go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth for 22 minutes and think you've had a meaningful conversation. You haven't. You just got a little sicker because you've reinforced this. So now you come to me as your client. Don't come to me as a friend because I'm tough to have dinner with, right? I'd rather watch a movie, you know. Please don't talk to me about stuff that doesn't have much meaning. But let's say you come and let's say we come as a client. Now, what do I do as a client? And this is Armand DiMele with Lisa Arnone. And we're going to teach you a trick today. We're going to teach you something of how you help people change their thinking and their feeling. So how do you address people who want to talk about things? And we heard somebody say, I hate people who buy lottery tickets. So you could imagine yourself getting involved in that conversation, right, about lottery tickets. So, Lisa, let's do the mundane lottery ticket conversation, how it would go. Okay, the mundane, yes. The one that the two people talking about people who buy lottery tickets.
Okay.
All right?
Mm-hmm.
You want to do it?
I hate people who buy lottery tickets.
And why do you hate them?
It just seems so useless and futile.
You know, and it supports the system. It supports this whole gambling system. The government gets taxes from it. They buy bombs with those taxes. And meanwhile, they got you're a silly person taking your dollars and that you could be using to collect and feed your babies. Instead, you're gambling, and it feeds gambling compulsions, and it's sick part of the system, and it's just sick.
Yes, almost impossible to win. And maybe impossible to win.
Maybe even impossible to win. And even when you win, you're not happy. Right? Then you got to pay taxes.
Right. Or you spend your money, all your money, and then you feel bad about it.
Yeah. Okay. See, now that was a typical conversation. Yuck. Now, it's a typical conversation, and I say yuck, not because I dislike it, but because I was in it. How I would work with that very system is... Try me again, Lisa.
I hate people who buy lottery tickets.
Hate, Lisa? You really feel that strongly towards people sometimes?
I really hate them.
No, I mean, but do you feel that strongly towards people sometimes? You actually feel hatred? Or you want to say that's like very angry?
I sometimes feel hatred, yes.
Wow, it's an amazing thing. Because hate is such a big emotion, so big. It's almost like it's equivalent of like you want to kill them, you want to do something to them. So there must be something about this buying of lottery tickets that infuriates you to such a point where you would almost want to hurt people. It's almost like you don't want them to do it. So it infuriates you. What is this? What is it that infuriates you so much?
It seems dishonest to sell them, and it seems silly to believe that it's going to make a difference.
Okay, now, I could see, Lisa, how in your life you have found a number of times where you thought one thing was going to make a difference. And if only. As a kid, were you one of these wishing for things to happen?
Yes.
So, once you grow up, and you learn that a lot of the things that you were hoping to happen aren't going to happen, you stop taking many chances, that kind of lottery chances. You take different kinds. And then you see people risking themselves and taking chances like this all the time. And you don't want to see those people, because those people remind you that you're afraid to take risks. I'm not saying you should buy a lottery ticket. But how would you, Lisa, after knowing me, Armand DiMele, for a period of 3 weeks in psychotherapy, how would you rephrase that very sentence, I hate people who buy lottery tickets, to be more of a statement about you?
I guess I would say it seems like a waste of hope. And I don't like to see people wasting their hope.
Okay, now the only thing we have here is you're still talking about people.
Right.
Okay, so whenever I hear the word it,
mm-hmm.
and a person's talking to me,
mm-hmm.
I know that you could substitute the word I for it. So let's try that. Instead of you said, it seems like a waste of time, just try to throw I in there, and you may have to rework the sentence a little, but go ahead.
It feels like a waste of time.
Okay, now take the it out.
I feel that it is a waste of time.
To do what?
To invest yourself.
Who's yourself?
Invest myself in false hope.
Okay. See, we're working, right, Lisa? Thank
Absolutely.
you so much for doing this. Go back over that again. Would you give me that sentence again?
I feel like that it's a waste of time to invest in false hope.
Okay, now waste of time is a very interesting thing. We all have time to waste. So what do you feel when you have hopes that are false, that let you down? What's the emotion that follows that usually?
Well, is disappointment,
yeah.
Sadness, and anger.
Okay, those are all there, right?
Yeah.
So now if you were to rephrase that, including your emotions, you would be saying, I feel
disappointed, sad, and angry when I invest time and energy in false hope.
Yeah. Of course you do. Of course you do. Of course you do. I'm sure we all do. But it's so hard because it's so nice to be able to have that hope, that dream, for as long as you could have it. But I can see when you've been burned a few times that it's just, whew, no more of that for me. So I hate people who buy lottery tickets because they remind me of all the time I ever felt that pain. Hey, this is Armand DiMele with Lisa Arnone. We're trying to teach you what we do. And Lisa's being the foil here. She's showing me the way somebody would come in and usually talk this way about something.